Hello, and welcome to our workshop. This workshop was previously delivered by SMU's Academic Learning Services Writing Center. As a result, you may hear references to other workshops, be prompted to take part in group activities, or hear references to the active chat from the original delivery of this session. As you follow along, feel free to pause the video and participate in exercises and activities as best you can. We hope you enjoy the workshop.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So just like Brian said, today we're going to be focusing the next 2 days on the benefits of online learning and being an online student. So yeah, let's get started. And right now, this session is just an introduction into what are the benefits and kind of alleviating maybe some questions you had or some stresses that you were thinking of with switching into this new environment. So let's get started. The first thing I want to initiate a poll. So give me a second to type these in. So what are you kind of thinking about? How are you feeling about online learning? So I'm just going to get this set up. Okay, so I'm going to publish these results. So down in the top or in the bottom corner, you can see, so a big percent is nervous and excited, which is great to hear. Excited and ready, awesome. And then 35% are nervous and anxious. So I'm glad to hear these are all normal feelings. This is a brand new situation, virtual learning, online learning. We've never gone through this before. We've never experienced this. So it's really normal to feel anxious about something you've never gone through or nervous. This is just a good, it's always good. It gets you motivated, it gets you prepared. And you can always harness that energy into something that is positive, where you can be working on the different elements of online learning. And in these 2 days specifically, we'll be talking about the different tools that you'll have to be equipped to succeed in an online virtual environment. So anything that you have that you're worried about, we'll be covering most of it. And then if you have any questions, of course, you'll have the opportunity to ask those and unpack those different worries or fears that you have. So I'm glad to hear a lot of you are nervous and excited. It is an exciting time. And let's get into the kind of the benefits of online learning. So a lot of you know that with online learning, it's taking place at home. And it's awesome that there's no commute. I think that takes away a lot of your time sometimes. Even traveling between countries, that's a huge portion of your time. So a good thing is that you're staying at home. There's not a lot of travel. Classes are taking place in your own space, in your own comfort as well, and in an area that's familiar to you. And so this is a good thing about a benefit to online learning or virtual learning platform. Right now, I'm sure most of you are maybe in your homes or in a space that you're comfortable with or familiar with. So it's awesome that with virtual learning, you have that experience to kind of ease into, especially if you're going into your first year. It's a great way to kind of ease into it. The second thing is a flexible schedule. So as I don't know if many of you maybe received probably haven't yet this early in August, but you probably haven't received any syllabus or anything for your courses. But generally courses, because of the no commute, because there's no moving between different classes or different sections, and there's not so much of a rigid time frame. With my course, for example, this differs with different professors, of course, but with my course, I'm planning on recording a lecture so students have access to it for 48 hours. So students will be able to watch it over 2 days as opposed to only going to that section at 11:30 on a Tuesday, for example. So you have a lot more access to the lectures. You can set up your own schedule. And in subsequent sessions that we'll be having, I'll be showing you how to maximize that and how to set up a schedule so that it's effective for you, so that you can keep yourself accountable as well. The great thing with a flexible schedule as well is that you are able to focus on your hobbies. You can take up part-time jobs. It's a lot more easy to kind of schedule around this new online learning section. You can go into extracurriculars, and you can kind of focus on different areas and facets without worrying about commuting in between classes or stuck to a rigid schedule. There's a little bit more leniency in the way things are scheduled with online learning. The other benefit, I think, especially going into, if you are going into your first year university in general, it is a great experience that you have with self-reliance and depending on yourself. It is a new environment, of course, even in person regular university sessions. But so much more with online. You are working independently. You are able and in control of your own schedule a lot of times. You can set a pace for yourself as well. Of course, with online learning, there will be schedules and you will have to attend certain sessions online. But there is a sense of the ability to work at your own pace, especially in different areas of classes as well. And you're in charge of your own success, which, I mean, it can be something that's a little bit, brings up a little bit of nervousness or feelings of anxiety towards having to maybe juggle all of this in this new environment. But again, in the following sessions, we'll be giving you the tools to access that, how to be self-reliant, and how to make the most of online learning and be in charge of your own success, of course. The next thing is enhancing your technological skills or your tech skills. You're going to be learning in sessions, in following sessions. So you have one later this afternoon, as well as tomorrow. There will be a few where we'll be showing you how to access Brightspace. So where you are right now, how to use the different tools in virtual classroom, for example, how to access and upload certain files, how to comment on a discussion board post, and how to access Zoom, for example. Maybe some of you already have, you're familiar with Zoom with maybe your high school classes, but you get a kind of a more expansive idea of how to maybe use the different tools, how to create study groups maybe with friends and meet people. The other thing is you'll also have access to, eventually you'll get your SMU email, where you'll have access to Office 365. So you'll have access to Excel, to PowerPoint, to Word. And so you'll be going through a session which will show you how to use those different tools, how to use Teams as a way to also communicate virtually. So there are a few different online platforms that SMU kind of hosts and promotes. And so you'll have access to that and you'll have practice with that as well. So anything that you are, you'll have a new skill set as well that maybe you wouldn't have had if you went into kind of a regular one-on-one session. I know with kind of switching into this new work environment for myself, I've learned so much about these new skills with creating video or hosting a session online, even developing classes online or developing different projects online and collaborating in a virtual sense. And so you'll become proficient quite quickly. Even by the end of the week, you'll find that you are a lot more comfortable. And that's what we want. The overarching goal of this How to Be and Summer Rating workshop is to get you comfortable with both online learning and being a student at SMU and being a successful student in your first year, of course. And these skills are all transferable. They're great. They look great on a resume. They're transferable into future jobs or co-ops, or going into volunteering, or giving you opportunities and opening up your opportunities with this new skill set online. So really great, a lot of facets that will really help round you out as a student, and help create more opportunities for you as well, to succeed, and whether it's your career or through your academic success as well. The other benefit to online learning as well is the feedback that you get. A lot of times with polls like we just did, we just saw that there was immediate feedback. Sometimes with maybe in person, it's hard to gauge what everyone in the class is thinking. So with that poll, for example, we were able to see generally what around 25 people were thinking and feeling, and in regards to this poll. There's also online quizzes where you can get immediate feedback, as well as increased peer feedback through, let's say, discussion posts or comments, or even through the chat right now. If you were to, maybe you in a live classroom, you maybe don't feel comfortable speaking out loud. But the nice thing with the chat feature, you can just comment, everyone sees it, and then you get immediate response. There's no waiting for hands. It's immediate response from whether it's your prof or your peers. As well as with comments, and there's a lot of live helps set up, and we'll be talking about that with in tomorrow's session with the supports. A lot of live help where you can access immediate responses from, let's say, the library research help desk, where they respond to you, as well as through, for example, the writing center. Within half an hour, you get a response for a writing question with our Write on Time feature, which we'll be talking about more tomorrow. So there's a lot more ability to communicate, to reach out, and to receive feedback and support on in different areas. So that's something that, again, we'll be exploring a little bit more in today and tomorrow's sessions, and also helping you to be, I guess, good at communicating online, and to be effective in your communication, whether it is feedback, whether it is providing comment on a discussion post, or contributing in a class session. We'll give you the tools to do that effectively. So that's a really good way that online and the virtual component of this, the virtual university, I should say, the benefit of it is that ability to connect with so many people all across the world, as well as connecting with your TAs or your profs in a way that's very a lot easier, and it feels a lot closer. So that's another benefit to keep in mind with online learning. And the kind of tying into it is the direct access to supports. Many of these, because of the switch to this virtual university platform, a lot of the academic and technical supports have been put in place, especially for this new learning environment. So SAS, the Software and Applications Center, can help you with technical issues with Brightspace, let's say, or with signing into something, or with setting up a discussion post, or where to find it, for example, or accessing your grades. The Writing Center, again, can help you with writing help, enhancing your writing, as well as, and again, all these supports, we'll be having a panel tomorrow to discuss them in more detail, and we'll have actually representatives from each support to talk about it. The ITSS, again, with setting up your email, or if your S number isn't working, or your A number, they can help you too from that technological aspect. And then you have SMUSA, the St. Mary's University Student Association, and how they're there to help you, and how they can support you too. So again, the nice thing about these supports is they're right under a click of a button, and you can get access to all of them. And you can reach out to so many people, and there's an ease to it. It's again eliminating that because you're learning from home, you're eliminating that commuting aspect. Maybe face to face or in person, asking somebody for help is not something that you're comfortable with. So again, this online, another benefit to it is the ease of access to these different supports. And I definitely recommend, and again, we'll be kind of discussing this in the following sessions, but to reach out to these different supports and to access them to as soon as possible to really help kind of secure that success that you're going to have, to set that foundation, and to really prepare yourself to succeed. And we'll be giving you the tools to do your best throughout this this kind of new experience that you're having, both as a first-year student as well as a online student as well, which has never really happened maybe in a university setting in the past. So this is a great learning opportunity for us and for you to expand on it.